Hey, thanks for tuning in to another episode of My Opinion. You know, I just had fielded recently another phone call in reference to aggressive dogs and dogs that become out of hand and that kind of thing. And unfortunately, it's becoming more and more of a problem because people are not training their dogs earlier enough. They're not socializing their dogs early enough, and they're not following the information how dogs follow information. They're getting caught up in the internet hype of there's no such thing as hierarchy, there's no such thing as a dog that leads the pack, there's no such thing as an alpha dog. This all has been proven science for 100 years. And so for all these new writers and book writers and new trainers and new studyists, please go back and do the science. Go back. There's hierarchy in every single animal breed on the planet. You go out and watch a farmer's cows in the middle of the field, and you can pick out within 30 minutes who the lead cow is. That's called hierarchy. You can go to a doggy daycare for 15 minutes and watch which dog takes control over the whole doggy daycare. That is hierarchy. So stop preaching the BS and stop damaging and hurting these people. Your dogs need to start training from the day that they get home. Obedience training is the key. You do not have to be malicious and mean, but they have to have training. If you do not train a dog how to live in a human world, the dog will take over that household, and the average dog is going to bite somebody. Not because they're mean, not because they're malicious, not because they're bad dogs. It's because they're going to do what dogs do first, and it has nothing to do with what the human is thinking. Dogs are the perfect survival individuals. You turn a dog loose in the wild, they will pack up with other dogs and start killing rabbits and deer. Yes, your little lovey, fee-fee, 2-pound, whatever it is, will go out and find a way to live without you. Or be eaten. That's all it's called instinct. If you do not believe that, you probably are a person who should never, ever be considered as a behavioralist or a trainer. I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings, but this is my opinion and I have the right to say it. When it comes to dogs do what dogs do first. You have to teach them or interact with them how to behave in the human world. If you have a hunting dog, you have to teach that dog to work for you. If you have a dog that has guard dog behind them, you have to teach that dog not to use that skill until you call upon it. Because if you don't and it starts using a skill on its own, you will have a problem in your household. If your dog starts biting people, it's not because it's bad, it's because you have not trained it not to. Flat out, you have not done what you are required of you to teach it not to do it. So the hard part is you have people that are so far on the non-training side, so far on the non-educated side. They've learned by a videotape. They've learned by other individuals who never really had any background in problem animals whatsoever, and they're running around. They've trained 2 or 3, maybe 100 lab-type dogs that have been bred to the point where they have no aggressive tendencies, and they've been lucky to never ever see an aggressive situation, and they've been able to use bait and switch to the average dog that they've worked with. But when they run into a dog that has a high instinctual drive, high energy drive, or a motivation of I'm going to back you down, they don't know what to do with it. So they get people in trouble by saying, put the dog on drugs. Well, if you are one of those that are suggesting that you're to put a dog on drugs, once again, you don't know what you're talking about. Because that doesn't change the behavior. Yep, your dog is drugged and it doesn't show any of the signs of behavior, and yep, you can't do anything with it anymore. But guess what? It doesn't change the behavior. So therefore, that day that you forget to give the drugs, or the day that you've run out and somebody gets maliciously hurt, it's your fault. So you got to teach a dog a no response. You've got to teach a dog a no command. You got to teach a dog the things to leave alone. You got to teach a dog to walk with you and not walk against you. You got to teach a dog. You cannot be an individual in any kind of canine world that thinks because a dog barks at another dog that they're bad, or bites at another dog that they're bad. They're dogs. That's how dogs communicate. It is so frustrating to watch people see two dogs playing in the backyard, biting and frolicking with each other, and not consider that as biting. How dumb are you? No, that little puppy is not going to grow out of it. No, that little puppy who's a cute, cuddly teddy bear is not going to grow out of that biting behavior. If it's allowed to bite on other dogs, if it's allowed to bite on your kids and on your hands as a puppy, when it gets older, it's going to do the same thing unless you teach it not to. Fact. It's frustrating for me as a trainer to constantly get these calls from these other organizational training locations who have set these people up to fail and set these people up to get hurt. Your dog's not done training after a first puppy class. No, it's not. You've got about 24 months of constant training that you should be doing with your dog. And you should be in some type of class or with some type of trainer for at least the first 24 to 36 months of your dog's life. If you put that time and energy in, it will benefit you for that 8 to the 13 years that you get out of your dog. If you do not, by the time that your dog's 4, 5, or 6, you're going to have problems with that animal because you won't be able to tell it no. If you look at not being able to tell something no, look at some of these people's kids. You tell them, well, you can't tell me no. Yeah, you can, because it's for your safety. Don't run out in the middle of the street. Don't do that. Oh, so that's telling your child no. Well, let them go ahead and do it because they want to. Oh, let them. No, you can't. You've got to teach no. In every aspect of the world, you have to teach no. When you're driving down the road, you can't drive 90 in a 55. Why? Because somebody might get hurt. So you're being told no. You have to learn no. The dog has to learn no. Kids have to learn no. And people have to be reminded that no is a viable word. No, it's not no, it's not quit. No, it's not leave it alone. Guess what? No means no. And if you don't know how to teach a no command positively, give me a call. 651-398-5766. There's a way to do it, and you don't have to be mean, but you have to teach no, especially to a puppy. If you teach him not to bite certain things, if you teach him to drop things, that will benefit you later. If you don't and you wait, you can try all the treat training that you want, and you can follow all the stupidity that you want, and when your dog does not do something that you want and you're fighting it later on in life, remember this post. It's your own fault. No, your dog does not have to be doing something all the time. Teach it to sit still and maintain a body position for a good 5 minutes. It can sit there. You're not hurting it. You're not damaging its psyche. You're not going to damage its feelings. Same way, teach a child to sit still and be able to pay attention to a teacher for 2 hours without having to do anything. Yes, you can do it, but the training for that has to be done early in age. You can't wait till they're older to do it. You cannot wait till the dog's 13 to try to start, oh, now it's biting people, and so it's a problem. Oh, now it's 18 months and it's a problem. No, your training needs to be done before that. Well, that's my opinion. You can teach everything no. That's my opinion.